Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another Weird Wednesday video. So I found myself kind of bored a couple of days ago, and I decided to kind of scour the internet for some more short horror movies. I did a video on this, don't even know how long ago. If I can find it, there will be a little thing that pops up around here. I never remember what side it's on. I think it's on this side. There'll be something that pops up linking you to it if you want to watch that, if I can find it. Because I unfortunately need the URL to find it, to link it. I mean, what is that even? I decided as I was in the middle of watching these, like, hey, I should probably write down my favorites and I can probably do a video on this. So that's what I did. I just kind of jotted down the ones that stood out to me. I watched a bunch of them, and you know, not all of them are great. So I just kind of wrote down my favorite ones, and I thought I would share them with you. And of course, I will link them all in the description so you can watch them for yourself. Some of them are a little bit longer. I think the first one I did, I think maybe the longest one was like 7 or 8 minutes. There's actually like a 20-minute one on here. I think like two 20-minute ones on here, which obviously is still a short film, but not as short as like Lights Out or something like that, which are all of his are under like 3 minutes, I think. So the first one I watched that really stood out was The Cop Cam, directed by Isaac Rodriguez. I liked it because it was short and sweet. It was only just over 2 minutes, I think, so nice and short. And it looked really real. As the title would suggest, it starts off with what looks like, you know, the dashboard cam in a police cruiser. And it's basically just this cop responding to a call, I guess, in this abandoned house, and, you know, creepy vibes. The ending was a little bit lackluster. I mean, I guess it was good that they didn't give you that conventional jump scare at the end, which I probably just gave it away, but it's only 2 minutes. Like, you can still watch it even though there's no jump scare at the end. Doesn't mean it's any less scary. It was just a little lackluster, but I think it was like really solid, and I wrote it down because just of how real it looked. The camera, I mean. Next one was one of the longer ones called The Maiden, directed by Michael Chaves. Was that a V or an R I was trying to write? I don't know. It'll be correct in the in the description box. I'll write the title and the director. This one definitely looks like it could be a feature. I mean, the way it was shot looks like a feature. Like, they either had a pretty solid budget to work with, or a really nice camera, or some really nice lights, or something. Like, it looked real good. And I feel like the narrative had a lot of room to add. I guess I should say what it was about. So it's basically this realtor who is trying to sell this really old, really big house, and and she happens upon this, is it a necklace? A necklace, and it awakens a spirit in the house. So then it's kind of like the spirit starts wreaking havoc and like attacking her and messing things up, but she's still so determined to sell this house. So it's like she's fighting against the demon and trying to make the house look okay. Like, at one point the spirit like creates like a pentagram on the floor, and she's like trying to scrub it off so the it doesn't keep people from buying the house. So that kind of leads into what I was starting to say before I realized I needed to summarize this. The narrative definitely has room to add because there is a lot of drive with the main character. You can see that she's like desperate to sell this house. So I think it could fit into a feature, you know, like if we had a little more exposition as to like what this girl's situation was and why she's dope. Oh my God. I really shouldn't film after work, like after a 9-hour shift. We could use some more exposition on why she's so desperate to sell this house, because there's definitely something there, and the actress did a really good job of conveying that. Just the length of the movie did not have time to explain that. So we're just kind of like thrust into the middle of the, it's almost like we're given like a snippet of a a feature length film. It's interesting. It looked really good though, like it looks amazing. The next one I'm gonna talk about, the third one, is also a little over 25 minutes, I think, less than 30. It's called Charlie, directed by Luke Mordue. I think that's how you pronounce that. Very well shot, like it looks beautiful. Like the lighting or lack of lighting throughout this story is awesome. Again, looks like it could be a feature length movie, and the story definitely has potential to be a lot longer. And this person, you can tell, is, I mean, I don't know this person personally, I don't know their background, but they definitely seem like a horror fan, or at least a little bit of a horror fan, like they know what's scary. And hopefully this doesn't give too much away. I think he delivers the scare so well without a single jump scare. Definitely great at creating atmosphere. It's about, I keep forgetting to summarize it. It's basically about, the premise is what happens if you don't participate in those chainmail things, you know, like where it gives you some creepy story and it's like, if you don't share this with 10 people within 5 minutes, such and such entity, fill in the blank, is gonna come get you tomorrow night or something like that. And that's basically what happens. So it's like, here's what happens if you don't forward this chain letter. But this person knows what's scary, no jump scare, so it's all just atmosphere and just like terror, and like I said, it looked beautiful. Last one I'm gonna talk about that really stood out to me is called Passenger, which is directed by Jazz Walker. Again, short and sweet. I think this one was under 5 minutes, or just around 5 minutes, maybe 6 or 7. I can't remember now. And it's about now I'm gonna remember to summarize it beforehand. It's just about this driver who pulls off on the side of the road because I guess they're making a long journey, but he's sleepy, so he pulls off on the side of the road to take a nap. And some entity starts harassing him. It's an easily scary subject. There's probably a few things that would make you feel more, you know, there's probably a few things that make you feel more vulnerable than taking a nap on the side of the road. Like you could wake up and anything could be happening. Like your car could be surrounded by a bunch of bad guys. Or like this, some sort of ghosty ghost could come and start to terrorize you. Easily scary, and I like the ending. The ending was a nice little touch. Yeah, so that was just a quick little video that I wanted to do. I just figured it would make a nice short little video as I was watching the short horror films anyway. So like I said, I will link all of the shorts in the description box. You can go watch them if you haven't seen them, and please let me know what your favorite short horror films are in the description down below, and if you can provide like a title and director or something so I can find it and watch them if I haven't seen them. And until next time, stay strange. Bye.